Welcome to Mumbai, the city of dreams. A city where contrasts define life, where ancient tradition meet modern aspirations, and where ambition breathes in every corner. From the glittering skyscraper that pierce the sky to humble homes that line the crowded streets, Mumbai is a city of extreme, of beauty, and of harsh reality. It is a city that holds within its heart the stories of millions. A place where the ultra wealthy gaze down from their penthouses, while the less fortunate find shelter on footpaths littered with the debris of survival. Here, dreams range from 100-floor towers of ambitions to a warm corner on a pavement. Mumbai is a canvas of contradictions, painted with the hues of hope and despair, resilience and vulnerability. Yet, there is a beauty in this contrast. The beauty of coexistence, of diverse lifestyle mingling together. Mumbai is not just a city, it's a phenomenon where everyone belongs and yet everyone fight for their spaces. A city where the rich and the poor, the dreamers and the drifters, the ancient and the modern, all live side by side, writing the story on a street. But beneath the vibrant pulse of this metropolis lies a treasure trove of history. Its colonial architecture. Mumbai, once known as Bombay, was not just a port city, but the jewel in the crown of the British Empire. And as they have shaped the city, they left behind a lasting legacy in stone and marble. A legacy that continues to define the city's character today. From towering structures like the Gateway of India, a grand archway welcoming ships from around the world, to the intricate Gothic designs of the Victoria terminus. These buildings are not mere remnants of a bygone era. They are living, breathing symbols of a city that has endured, evolved, and embraced the future while holding on to its past. These colonial edifices continue to shape the daily lives of Mumbai's people. The Victoria terminus, now the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj terminus, serve as a lifeline for millions of commuters. The Bombay High Court, with its neo-Gothic spires, stands as a symbol of justice, bridging the past with the present. Ask any Mumbaikar about these structures, and their responses vary. From pride in the city's grand colonial legacy to conflicted feelings about the history they represent. But one thing remains clear. These buildings, once symbols of power and control, have become part of Mumbai's soul, spaces where the past and present collide in everyday life. Mumbai is a city that never stands still. It moves, it grows, it transforms, but it never forgets. The colonial architecture that dot its landscape is not frozen in time, but alive with the energy of a city always in motion. These buildings are a testament to the resilience of Mumbai, standing tall through the chaos, telling the story of a city that has weathered storms and And so, as we walk the streets of this city of dreams, we find that Mumbai's true essence lies in its ability to embrace all its colonial past, its dynamic present, and its uncertain yet hopeful future. In this city, everything finds its place, whether in a palace or on a pavement, in history or in the now. Welcome to Mumbai, a city where history meets modernity. Now we delve into the fascinating colonial era that shaped this bustling metropolis into a significant trading port and cultural hub. To understand Mumbai, we must go back to a time when it wasn't a single city, but a collection of 7 islands surrounded by the Arabian Sea. These islands were once scattered, home to small fishing communities and local traders, known to the world as Bomb Ain, meaning good bay in Portuguese, later evolving into Bombay. But its journey from a quiet coastal region to one of the most important cities in the world was just beginning. In the early 16th century, the Portuguese arrived, attracted by the area's potential as a port. They laid down the first foundations of urban development, building forts and churches that still echo their legacy today. The Portuguese influence, through brief, will leave a lasting imprint on Bombay, shaping its early structures and setting the stage for its transformation. Then came the pivotal moment in 1661, when Bombay's fate changed hands. As part of a royal dowry, Bombay was gifted to the British crown when Charles II of England married Catherine of Braganza, the daughter of the King of Portugal. For the British, Bombay wasn't just a piece of land, it was a strategic port, a gateway to the rich resources of India.
Vous êtes transplanté au cœur d'une civilisation unique, une des plus anciennes de la Terre, dans un des territoires les plus vastes du monde et les plus peuplés. Un septième de la race humaine, 438 millions d'habitants.
Under British rule, Bombay began to thrive. Recognizing its importance, the British East India Company set up their operations, transforming it from a sleepy cluster of islands into a booming trading hub. It became a place where textiles, spices, and even opium were traded with merchants from all over the world. Bombay's location and its harbour made it the perfect point for global commerce. One of the most iconic symbols of this era is the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Originally built as the Victoria Terminus, this Gothic revival masterpiece was completed in 1887 and stood as the crown jewel of Bombay's growing railway network. With its pointed arches, spires, and elaborate carvings, it wasn't just a functional building, it was a statement of British power and the plan for the city. The city began to take shape architecturally as well. The British brought their vision of grand, imposing buildings to Bombay. They introduced architectural style that reflected their power and ambition. Gothic revival, neoclassical, and later Art Deco. These styles gave Bombay a unique character, a blend of the East and West that still defined the city's skyline. But it wasn't just Gothic revival that the British left behind. In the early 20th century, as Bombay continued to grow, a new architectural style began to emerge: Art Deco. These buildings, sleek and modern for their time, began lining the famous Marine Drive and other parts of city. Today, Mumbai is one of the few cities in the world with a unique mix of both Gothic revival and Art Deco architecture, a rare and beautiful combination. Yet, the beauty of Bombay's colonial architecture isn't just in its buildings, it's in how these structures have been woven into the daily life of the city. From railway stations to courthouses, these buildings have become part of the pulse of Mumbai, serving the people long after the empire that built them has faded into history. They stand as reminders of a time gone by, yet continue to be used and loved by the people of the city.
Comment imaginer qu'ici s'élevèrent il y a 7000 ans des cités de pierre et de briques? À Calcutta, à Bombay ou à Delhi,
Alongside the terminus, the British built other grand structures, each serving a key role in shaping Bombay's identity. The Bombay High Court, with its stunning Gothic architecture, became a symbol of law and justice. The Rajabai Clock Tower, rising high above the city, is a reminder of Bombay's connection to British education and culture. And Flora Fountain, a majestic centerpiece of South Mumbai, still draws the eyes with its delicate stonework. Today, Mumbai is a bustling, modern metropolis, yet its history remains etched in its streets and buildings. The colonial era may have shaped its past, but Mumbai has made this structure its own, giving them new life and meaning. As we move through the city, these architectural gems remind us of where we came from and hint at the endless possibilities that lie ahead. As we journey through the heart of Mumbai, the towering structures of its colonial past rise before us, each telling a story of ambition, power, and cultural exchange. These buildings are more than just architectural marvels. They are silent witnesses to a time when Mumbai, then known as Bombay, was a thriving hub of British colonial power. Today we explore these prominent colonial landmarks that have shaped the city's landscape and identity. Our first stop is one of the most iconic symbols of colonial Mumbai, the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus. Built in 1888 and formerly known as Victoria Terminus. The stunning Victorian Gothic building is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It stands as a statement to the city's role in the British Empire's trade network. The terminus is more than a railway station. It is a blend of European and Indian architectural style. Its pointed arches, intricate stone carvings, and a grand dome reflects the ambitions and grandeur of the British Empire. The station's design was intended to showcase not only British engineering but also its power and influence in India. The station is designed as a large, symmetrical building with a central dome flanked by smaller towers. CSMT has multiple platforms, typically 18, arranged in a linear manner, facilitating the movement of passengers and trains. Opened in 1888, it was designed by the British architect Frederick William Stevens and reflect the colonial era's grandeur. Beyond its functional role as a railway station, CSMT stands as a symbol of Mumbai's history and architectural heritage. Over the years, efforts have been made to restore and preserve the station's original feature while upgrading facilities for modern use. Its designation as a World Heritage Site underscores its global architectural and cultural importance. As one of the busiest railway stations in the world, the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus continues to play a vital role in Mumbai's transportation system, seamlessly connecting the past with the present. Next, we visited the Bombay High Court, another striking example of colonial architecture. Established in 1862, this neo-Gothic building stands tall as a symbol of British law and governance. Its turrets, arched windows, and towering spires evoke a sense of authority and order. The High Court was crucial in establishing British legal tradition in India, ensuring that colonial rule was upheld through law. The building itself reflects the European influence on Mumbai's urban development. It was designed to be imposing, reminding everyone of the power of the British Raj. Even today, it remains an active court, serving as a link between the city's colonial past and its modern judicial system. The building is renowned for its Gothic Revival architecture, characterized by its grand facade, high-pointed arches, and intricate stonework. The structure features a central dome and a large clock tower, which are prominent elements of its design. The primary purpose of the Bombay High Court was to serve as the highest court of appeal and a judicial authority in the Bombay Presidency. It was designed to handle appeals from lower courts and to address significant legal issues in the region. The court was also tasked with overseeing legal matters, ensuring justice, and interpreting laws. Over the years, the Bombay High Court has played a pivotal role in shaping the legal landscape of India. It has handled numerous landmark cases and contributed to the development of legal principle in the country. The High Court building is an important example of colonial era architecture and is considered a heritage site. It reflects the grandeur and influence of British architectural style in India during the 19th century. Standing proudly at the edge of the Arabian Sea is the Gateway of India, a symbol of colonial pride and power. Built in 1924 to commemorate the visit of King George VI and Queen Mary, this monumental arch is an example of Indo-Saracenic architecture, which blends Islamic and Indian design. The gateway was more than just an entrance for royal visitors. It became the ceremonial entry point for British governors, soldiers, and dignitaries arriving by sea. For many, it was the first sight of India, a grand, imposing structure that represented that British Empire's dominance over the country. Over time, the Gateway of India has taken on a new meaning. In 1948, it was here that the last British troops left India after independence, marking the end of colonial rule. Today, it is a popular tourist destination, reminding us of both the grandeur and the end of British presence in India.
ये है गेट ऑफ इंडिया, हमारी भारत देश का प्रवेशद्वार, मुख्य प्रवेशद्वार है। जो आप ऊपर लिखा हुआ है, इलेक्टेड टू कमेमोरेट द लैंडिंग इन इंडिया ऑफ देयर इंपीरियल मैजेस्टी किंग जॉर्ज फिफ्थ एंड क्वीन मेरी ऑन द 2 दिसंबर MCXMI। इसका मतलब है 1911 दिसंबर 2 तारीख को किंग जॉर्ज फिफ्थ एंड क्वीन मेरी, जो हमारी पहली बार हमारे हिंदुस्तान में आए थे, उसका स्वागत के लिए बनाया गया है गेट ऑफ इंडिया। और ये 1913 मार्च 39 में जो उस टाइम का मुंबई का गवर्नर लॉर्ड नड्डा ने इसका फाउंडेशन स्टोन डाला था। 1924 में इसका कंप्लीट हुआ और 1925 में इसका जो आम जनता के लिए ओपन किया। हमारे देश में पूरा तो सैकड़ों गेट है, मगर पूरा नामचीन गेट 2 है। एक गेट ऑफ इंडिया हमारे मुंबई में उपस्थित है और एक इंडिया गेट है दिल्ली में, जो सैनिकों हमारे जवानों के लिए प्रतीक उसका मेमोरी में बनाया गया।
Next, we turn our gaze to the Rajabai Clock Tower, a symbol of knowledge and aspiration. Completed in 1878 and part of the University of Mumbai, this tower stands tall, inspired by the design of Big Ben in London. It was funded by the prominent Indian businessman Premchand Roy Chand, who named it after his mother Rajabai. The clock tower reflects a fusion of Gothic and Indian styles, with its arched windows and detailed carvings. During colonial rule, the tower was a beacon of education, symbolizing the British vision for an educated and civilized India under their governance. Today, the Rajabai Clock Tower remains an iconic part of Mumbai's skyline, reminding us of the city's long-standing connection with education and intellectual growth. One of the oldest colonial buildings in Mumbai, St. Thomas Cathedral, takes us back to the early days of British rule. Consecrated in 1718, this Anglican church reflects the simple elegance of neoclassical architecture. Its tall spires, large stained glass windows, and beautiful facade give it a timeless quality. St. Thomas Cathedral served as a place of worship for the British settlers and officers, becoming a symbol of their religious and cultural influence in the region. Inside the cathedral, memorials commemorate British figures who played key roles in the city's development during colonial times. These buildings have stood for centuries as a quiet reminder of Mumbai's colonial history and religious diversity. The cathedral showcases elements typical of Gothic architecture such as pointed arches, ribbed walls, and flying buttresses. Its design draws inspiration from English Gothic churches, reflecting the colonial influence of the British in India. Constructed primarily of local basalt stone, the cathedral's exterior has weathered to a muted grey, giving it a historical character. The stonework exhibits carefully craftsmanship with intricate carving and detail. The cathedral features a distinctive bell tower which rises above the structure and is capped with a spire, a common feature in Gothic architecture. The height and silhouettes of tower contributes to the cathedral's prominence in the Mumbai skyline. The interior comprises a long nave flanked by side aisles, leading to the altar. The nave's height and expansive space create a sense of grandeur. Tall, pointed arches separate the nave from the aisles, contributing to the verticality of the design. Taj Mahal Palace Hotel, commonly known as the Taj Hotel, is one of the Mumbai's most iconic landmarks with a rich history. The hotel was constructed using a combination of local and imported materials, including red basalt stone and a mix of granite and marble for its interior. The Taj Mahal Palace Hotel was founded by Jamshedji Tata, a prominent Indian industrialist and philanthropist. Jamshedji Tata was the founder of the Tata Group, a major Indian conglomerate. The hotel was designed by the British architect W. H. Chambers, who was known for his work on grand buildings of the time. The construction of the Taj Mahal Palace Hotel began in 1898 and was completed in 1903. The Taj Mahal Palace Hotel was established to provide a luxurious and high-quality accommodation option for travelers and visitors to Mumbai. It aimed to offer world-class amenities and service in a city that was becoming increasingly important as a major trade and economic hub.
ये है ताजमहल होटल, ताज पैलेस बोलते हैं। इसका 1903 में निर्माण हुआ। इसके पीछे एक अच्छा कहानी है। एक बार जो टाटा कंपनी का फाउंडर है जमशेदजी टाटा लंदन गए थे। वो जो आप एक 5 स्टार होटल में लंदन में जाने के लिए कहा, देखा तो बाहर एक दीवार में एक बोर्ड लगा था, टर्क्स एंड आर इंडियंस आर नॉट अलाउड इन द होटल। कुत्ते और भारतीय हमारे होटल के अंदर मना है। हम तो मामूली इंसान है, कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं। वो तो बहुत बड़ा इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट है। वो आके गुस्से से उसने एक होटल बनाया, उसके ऊपर एक बोर्ड लगाया, ब्रिटिशर्स और डॉक्टर नॉट अलाउड इन द होटल, मतलब टिट फॉर टैट। उसने इसके बाद उसने वो बोर्ड हटा दिया। ये जो 1903 में बना, उसके बाजू में एक लंबा सा टावर है, ये ताज इंटरकॉन्टिनेंटल बोलते हैं। इसका 1972 में निर्माण हुआ। यहाँ पे 15,000 से लेके 3 लाख तक यहाँ पे एक दिन का रे होता है। ये पूरा घूमने का ये एरिया का नाम है अपोलो बंदर और कोलाबा काजवे। और यहाँ पे एक बोट राइड होता है एलिफेंटा केव्स, 4 घंटे का टूर होता है, 260 रुपया पैसा आपको देखेंगे। और एक पौना घंटा बोट राइड होता है 180 में, और एक आधा घंटा बोट राइडिंग होता है 115। कभी भी आइए, एलिफेंटा जाना, कल सोमवार को मत आइए, बाकी सब दिन खुला रहता है, सोमवार को गुफा बंद रहता है। एक दिन का मेमोरी आपको अच्छा मेमोरी लेना चाहते हो, गेट ऑफ इंडिया में आके आप अपना शुरुआत कर सकते हैं।
Our final stop is Flora Fountain, located in the bustling fort area. Built in 1864, this beautiful fountain is adorned with intricate sculptures of mythological figures, representing a blend of European art and civic function. The fort area was once the administrative heart of British Bombay. Surrounding Flora Fountain are many colonial buildings that once housed important government offices. This area was where the British consolidated their power and influence through a mix of civic and commercial architecture. Flora Fountain remains a central point in the city's landscape, its elegant design standing in contrast to the busy streets around it. Today, it is a reminder of the blend of art and utility that defined British public space in Mumbai. Mumbai's colonial architecture tells a story of ambition, power, and cultural fusion. These buildings continue to shape the city's identity, standing as proud reminders of its complex past. From grand railway stations to quiet cathedrals, each structure holds a piece of history waiting to be uncovered. As we walk through the city, we are reminded that Mumbai's past is always present, woven into the fabric of its streets and its people. These buildings continue to shape the city's identity, standing as proud reminders of its complex past. Today, Mumbai is a city that never sleeps, a vibrant hub of culture, commerce, and dreams. But as we look at the towering skyscrapers, the bustling roads filled with cars, and the sea of people rushing through the streets, it's impossible not to think about how far the city has come from its colonial past. Modern day Mumbai is a blend of old and new, where the history of its colonial architecture stands side by side with the progress of its contemporary skyline. Let's begin by taking a step back to look at what colonial Mumbai once was. During the British era, Mumbai, as it was known then, was a collection of islands transformed into a major trading port. It was the British who built the railway system, the grand public buildings, and the infrastructure that still form the foundation of the city. But as we turn our gaze to modern Mumbai, the landscape has changed dramatically. Skyscrapers like the World One Tower and Antilia rise high above the city, symbols of modern wealth and power. The skyline is dotted with office buildings, luxury apartments, and hotels, each reflecting Mumbai's status as India's financial capital. While colonial Mumbai was built on trade, modern Mumbai thrives on industries like finance, film, fashion, and technology. The city is now a major global player, with companies from all over the world setting up headquarters here. Mumbai streets are no longer dominated by horse-drawn carriages or trams. They are filled with cars, motorcycles, and the iconic black and yellow taxis. The city's infrastructure has expanded to accommodate a population of over 20 million, including new metro lines, flyovers, and bridges like the Bandra Worli Seal. One of the most fascinating aspects of Mumbai is how the old and new coexist in perfect harmony. Colonial buildings like the Rajabai Clock Tower stand side by side with sleek modern structures. The Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus, still a major railway hub, welcomes millions of commuters every day. Its Victorian Gothic architecture blending seamlessly in the chaos of modern city life. Walking through the streets of Mumbai, it's easy to see how colonial heritage and modern progress are intertwined. The fort area, once the administrative heart of British Bombay, is now a thriving commercial district filled with offices, cafes, and boutiques. The colonial charms of this building is preserved, but the spaces they occupy have adapted to the needs of a modern city. It's in this delicate balance between preserving the past and embracing the future that Mumbai finds its unique identity. Despite all the changes, there are still striking similarities between colonial Mumbai and the city we see today. During the colonial era, Bombay was a bustling port city attracting traders and merchants from across the world. In much the same way, modern day Mumbai is a melting pot of cultures, languages, and people. It's a city where dreams are born, where people come from every corner of India and beyond in search of opportunities. The colonial rulers built the foundation of Mumbai's infrastructure, the ports, railways, and public buildings that made it a major hub. The Gateway of India, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus, and Bombay High Court were more than just buildings, they were symbols of British power and control over the region.
हाँ, ये है गेट ऑफ इंडिया, हमारी भारत देश का प्रवेश द्वार, मुख्य प्रवेश द्वार है। जो आप ऊपर लिखा हुआ है, इलेक्टेड टू कमेमोरेट द लैंडिंग इन इंडिया ऑफ देयर इंपीरियल मैजेस्टी किंग जॉर्ज फिफ्थ एंड क्वीन मेरी ऑन द 2 दिसंबर MCXMI। इसका मतलब है 1911 दिसंबर 2 तारीख को किंग जॉर्ज फिफ्थ एंड क्वीन मेरी, जो हमारी पहली बार हमारे हिंदुस्तान में आए थे, उसका स्वागत के लिए बनाया गया गेट ऑफ इंडिया। और ये 1913 मार्च 39 में जो उस टाइम का मुंबई का गवर्नर लॉर्ड नड्डा ने इसका फाउंडेशन स्टोन डाला था। 1924 में इसका कंप्लीट हुआ और 1925 में इसका जो आम जनता के लिए ओपन किया। हमारे देश में पूरा तो सैकड़ों गेट है, मगर पूरा नामचीन गेट 2 है। एक गेट ऑफ इंडिया हमारे मुंबई में उपस्थित है और एक इंडिया गेट है दिल्ली में, जो सैनिकों हमारे जवानों के लिए प्रतीक उसका मेमोरी में बनाया गया।
Today, those very foundations continue to support the city's role as an economic powerhouse. Whether in the colonial era or now, Mumbai has always been a city of ambition, a place where people come to succeed, no matter their background. But the differences are just as noticeable. Colonial Bombay was designed to serve the needs of the British Empire. The grand buildings, the wide streets, and the lush green spaces were often reserved for the British elite, while the local population lived in cramped, difficult conditions. Today, Mumbai is a city for everyone. From billionaires to street vendors, the high-raised towers in areas like Nariman Point and Bandra may reflect the city's wealth, but just a few kilometers away, we'll find slum like Dharavi, a stark reminder of Mumbai's inequalities. The city's spirit of resilience, however, remains unchanged, whether in colonial times or today. Mumbai has always been a place of survival, where people face challenges head on and continue to build their lives. Street filled with offices, cafes, and boutiques. The colonial charms of this building is preserved. These colonial structures were built with European architectural styles, Victorian Gothic, Neo-Gothic, and Indo-Saracenic. This grandeur symbolized the ambitions of the British Empire, but they were also built to serve the city's growing population and its position as a trade hub. Today, these buildings still stand tall, reminding us of Mumbai's past, yet they are now woven into the city's present day life.
What do you think when you see colonial buildings like the Gateway of India or Victoria Terminus?
I feel we are looted. We were looted big times. Of course, they're beautiful structures, but it was our own blood, our own sweat, and of course, our own money.
Do you think these buildings still have relevance in modern day Mumbai? Why or why not?
Yeah, they do have relevance, and they remind us time and again that we were looted very heavily by the British colonialism, and we were slaves. All our tax was going into these structures, wherein they called one of their structures as Victoria Terminus. Thankfully, because of Bala Sahib Thakur and some Bharatiyas, it has been changed to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus.
Okay. Do you feel pride or conflict about the colonial legacy tied to these structures?
Anybody feeling pride about the legacy should be stupid. There's nothing to be proud of by by being a slave of somebody else, and we were slaves for about more than 800 years. 200 years was British and 600 years was Mughal.
Okay. How do you think the city's identity would be different if these buildings were no longer standing?
City's identity would be different.
Yeah.
Mumbai has its own charm, which is why I think Britishers also set up their base here in Mumbai. The spirit of Mumbai is very different. Of course, when there are tourists, we obviously take them to show them these structures, which is unfortunate, I would say. We should actually show tourists about the rich culture of Mumbai. We should take them to the temples of Mumbai, which is Mumbai Devi, which is Babulnath Mandir, Siddhivinayak, and many more such religious places. And at the same time, we have a very rich culture of Shivaji Maharaj. So we should definitely make them know that this was once upon a time Rajdhani. नहीं, ये काट देंगे.
Cut कर देंगे.
So I will never feel pride in showing them, oh, this was built by British, but I'll definitely say that it was built by Indians then.
In what ways do you think colonial architecture adds to the cultural richness of Mumbai today?
To be honest, in no way. Come on guys, how can you even think that it will be a cultural heritage for us? It will definitely remind you of... It will definitely remind us of how the British, treated us back then. And most of these structures were funded by maybe some Parsis, some rich Parsis, Gujaratis. In fact, a lot of these heritage stations or places were given away as charity, by a lot of landlords. Some of them are Maharashtrians. You should actually Google about it. You'll get to know the real history, which was hidden by Britishers again. So, at least through this clip, I would encourage youth and every citizen of the country to actually, engulf and unreveal all those facts that have been hidden by the British, and take no pride in any of these structures by telling them that these were built by British. You should say these structures were built by Indians, by our money during the British time.
As the sun rises over Mumbai, The city awakens to the harmonious blend of history and modernity. Colonial landmarks like the Gateway of India and the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj terminus stand not only as architectural marvels but as vital parts of the city's cultural tapestry. Every year, millions flock to these iconic sites. The Gateway of India, a symbol of resilience, becomes a backdrop for countless cultural events. From the vibrant Ganesh Chaturthi celebrations to international film festivals, these spaces breathe life into the city's heritage. Mumbai continued to evolve, but its colonial heritage remains a vital part of its story, inviting future generations to explore, celebrate, and connect with the past. The Asiatic Society, a treasure trove of knowledge, hosts literary festivals and art exhibitions, bridging the gap between Mumbai's colonial past and its dynamic present. Here, old architecture invites new ideas, fostering creativity among locals and visitors alike. As day turns to night, the lights illuminate the intricate facades of colonial architecture, a testament to the enduring spirit of Mumbai. These buildings, once symbols of colonial power, have transformed into emblems of cultural pride woven into the very fabric of the city's identity. Daily life in Mumbai is intrinsically linked to these colonial structures. At Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj terminus, the hustle and bustle of commuters showcases a rhythm that has persisted for over a century. The station isn't just a transit hub, it's a meeting point where stories of the past intersect with aspirations of the future. Street artists and musicians find inspiration in the grandeur of these buildings, transforming public space into vibrant stages. Markets like Colaba Causeway thrive at their fate, where traditional crafts meet modern consumerism, illustrating the city's evolution. journey through the realm of Mumbai's colonial architecture, we are left with a profound understanding of its significance. These structures, characterized by its intricate designs and historical relevance, are not merely remnants of a bygone era, they are integral to the city's identity and narrative. Each building embodies stories of ambition, cultural exchange, and resilience. They reflect the aspirations of a city that has continuously evolved, merging the past with the present. This architectural heritage is a testament to the complex interplay of history and modernity, serving as both a reminder of colonial influence and a celebration of Mumbai's diverse cultural tapestry. Yet, with the march of progress comes the pressing responsibility of preservation. The challenge we face is not only to maintain this architectural treasure, but to foster a deeper appreciation for their role in our shared history. Initiatives aimed at restoration and education highlight the importance of community involvement in safeguarding this heritage. Mumbai continues to grow and transform, it is essential that we embrace our colonial structure as a source of inspiration and reflection. These structures remind us of the complexities of our past and encourage us to engage in meaningful dialogues about identity, heritage, and belonging. Thank you for joining us in exploring the rich history of Mumbai's colonial architecture. May we honor this legacy, ensuring that it informs our future and remains a vibrant part of the city's evolving story.